So while George pulls that in, I'll tell you about our CRX real quick. So we're getting this ready to go to the Dragon meet, Tail of the Dragon. We're meeting the guys from Classic Hondas on the Dragon. We're refreshing the engine. We just put in a new rack. This is on a separate video. The tie bar, crossbar that we bought when we were building this car, it was the only one we could get. It was kind of shitty and it didn't look very good. Didn't fit very nice. We fixed that. 20,000 miles, really, really nice car. The maintenance that we always recommend, of course, oil changes. Stay on top of the oil changes. I can't stress this enough. Don't listen to your old school mechanic that tells you can go 50,000 miles on an oil change. Change your oil more often, even if you change it yourself. If you don't, timing chain tension wears out, valve guides wear out, and of course, everything else does too. We're gonna do the transmission fluid, diff fluid, brake fluid, and clutch fluid. Now the serpentine belt, one belt runs everything. That's kind of a telltale sign something might be off. That pulley is really kind of shiny and got some marks in it. Recommend changing this while it's off. Feel the bearings. Feel this bearing here and this bearing here. We sell those bearings in the store so you don't have to buy the whole pulley. Saves you a ton of money, and we have a video showing you how easy it is. We'll take a look at that and check the bearings while we're in there. Let's see.
Is mine done being charged?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look how bright that sucker is.
Yeah, it is.
So these we're still selling in the store. Check them out, lhtperformance.com. We use them all the time. George just charged his. So we don't run them continuous, but somebody complained if you run them continuous, they only last for like 2 hours. I'm like, if you can't get the job done that you need a light in 2 hours, you've run into more issues than a weak battery. Looked like it was original, and now we keep saying this is one belt that runs them all, so it's always best just to replace it because it does run everything on the car. The pulleys were fine, which I would think they would be for 20,000 miles, but it's always good to check. So just need a serpentine belt.
And I know John had just said something about the battery life on these, and he said that this here was 1950s technology. So I didn't know if you know, but a flashlight is called a flashlight because of how bad battery technology used to be. You have to do this. You have to flash your light.
And you know in England why they called them a torch? Because they used to just use a fire on the end of a stick. That was a torch.
No need for an actual bulb when you have a fire.
Exactly. What's better than a fire on the end of a stick?
And the battery doesn't care about a fire.
Nope, not at all. Just ask some Tesla owners.
Yeah.
That looks like it sucked up a bag, did it, and then cleaned it off.
That's why if anyone who has a performance car, has a car with a nice exhaust, and you see them ducking around bags,
yeah,
they don't want that on the exhaust.
Yeah, exactly. These are the oil filters for the S2000s. We're prepping them to put them in the store. We always include your drain washer right there. It's one of those things that it's nice to get it at the time you do your oil change, then you don't have to hunt for it. We're going to include it with your filter.
After that, behind the scenes, I'm going to show you what this fluid looks like. It's like a day in the life of the shop today. Pretty clean. A little behind the scenes action today.
I agree, that is pretty clean.
So this plug needs a new washer, and if you can't get them off, not everyone has one of these at home. I only do because of Bjorn. Thank you again, Bjorn. You put that in reverse and you grab the washer with some pliers, you can usually get it just back right off.
Are you going to do the washer install video?
Yeah.
Okay, do it slowly. So, oh no, you did it too fast.
Too fast.
You do it slowly in case we missed it. Action. Direct from Honda. Convertible tops. What are you doing?
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Hey, these are fun projects.
Halloween junk. 2 more S tubes prepped, ready to go out. Just had to Loctite the brass pieces in. These are probably one of the nicest pieces in person you'll see. Made in the USA, 100%. So nice to have them made locally. I don't know how Esther can concentrate with this racket in the background. I'm trying to edit, and I'm doing quiet edit right now, and I'll do the audio later. Could you work with this? It's like Club LHT right now. I'm gonna do the brake flush. I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way so you can actually see how bad that fluid is. This fluid was from the last car we did, which was a Civic Type R. We just flushed his brakes, so basically flushed the old stuff out and put in the high temp so you can see actually how clear it is. They break the bleeder loose. I'm gonna have George push the brake and push that stuff out. All right, ready when you are. You should see the color change coming out of that hose here in a minute. See it right there? See how the dirt is coming out?
This car is also on the board for a belt. This is the original belt. Been on the car since brand new. Now we can check the pulleys now that that's off. So you go in here and see them, give them a little wiggle. They might have a little bit of play. Doesn't make any noise, doesn't spin for very long, so that one might actually be pretty good. Yeah, actually, both of these seem pretty good. Let's see if we can touch that water pump pulley. All right, this car came in, cruise control not working. So if you ever have where your cruise control stops working, or the car doesn't start anymore, or the brake lights stay on, the first thing to look for is come in here and see if you see something that looks like that. Not the screw, but that little white thing. That's part of your switch button. So that goes on the pedal and contacts the switch. So if that's not there, there's just a hole. The switch cannot open or close. And then it doesn't start, brake lights stay on, or the cruise control doesn't work. So just look for little pieces like that guy there, and you'll know that's what your problem is. That's another thing that we sell in the store in a 3-pack. If you have one broken, you might as well replace all 3. So that's what it looks like on the brake pedal. You see that the color of it is kind of like an off yellow, when the brand new one is a nice bright white. So you know this one's probably on its way out too. So I'll see if I can't. Now it'll be hard to do one-handed, so I'll just have to get that out and show it to you afterwards. Alright, I always find it easier to just take the clutch pedal out of the car to do these buttons. Well, the bottom one you could do without, but the top one is definitely a lot easier out of the car. So this is the cruise control switch, and you see the switch itself is just poking through a hole. So that means the switch cannot close and it cannot turn on the cruise control, because the cruise control, when you press the clutch in, at least on these cars, it shuts the cruise control off. Some newer Civics and stuff like that, you can actually switch gears with the cruise control on. Say if you're going up a hill or something like that and it's loading up, or not loading up, but kind of lugging down, you can change gears and it will stay in cruise control. These will not. You press the clutch pedal, it turns it off. Or if it thinks the clutch pedal is pressed in this case, it will not turn it on. And this is definitely not a mileage repair, it's an age repair. So this car only has 21,000 miles on it, but it is an AP1. So this is definitely an age repair, maybe even accelerated by the climate you're in, but definitely age. So even if you have a low mileage car, you're probably still gonna need to do these. Once again, nice brand new white buttons, top and bottom. Now we can put the clutch pedal back in the car.
Brake now is clear. See how bad the clutch is. So typically what we like to do is just to pump this all the way out completely, and then clean that reservoir, and then start pumping the cleaner through it, and then the new fluid that will come up like brand new. You always got to check on the inside to make sure it's not leaking. Now go ahead and wipe all that out, get that nice and clean, and then we can flush the new stuff through. There we go, nice and clean. So it only takes a few extra moments just to kind of wipe it all out. Same with here, drain it all the way out, go in there with a Q-tip, wipe it, get it as clean as you can. That way it doesn't contaminate your new fluid. You'll still get that anyway. You put new fluid in, you start pumping it, you're gonna get all that contaminants cut up there. So it's good to wash it out. When you're done, wipe everything down. This is synthetic, so it doesn't hurt the paint, but it's always a good idea to wash any of the residual splashing off the paint. You see what's going on here? I'm trying to count. Trying to see if we've actually made enough money this week. So I got a thing that's got 12 LHT going on in the background. Everybody is invited. George has that new club light. Available in the store at lhtperformance.com. Even though it's a rental, I still kind of treat it with respect. I know I should just park it up in the door ding section like I joke about, but I can't do that. I gotta take care of it. There it is. So it is a Hyundai Tucson, I know. So yeah, I park way over here, away from everybody else. I know, I'm crazy.
All right, I've got my headlight on, looking under everything on the car. Everything looks pretty good. This is a very low mileage car, so you'd kind of expect it to look good. And I know John had just said something about the battery life on these.
These are our original ones, so we wanted to kind of test these on a real deal time frame. We don't want to see.
Is mine done being charged?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Look how bright that sucker is.
Yeah, it is. And he said that this here was 1950s technology.
That's 1950s technology right there.
So I didn't know if you know, but a flashlight is called a flashlight because of how bad battery technology used to be. You have to do this. You have to flash your light because the battery wasn't good enough to stay on. Useful information of the day. All right, forgot to record this even though I've been recording everything else. Actually looked clean, nothing worth note on the drain plug. Everything's actually really clean on this car. All right, today John is packing all these up for you. These are injector clips we're carrying in the store now. They come with a screwdriver. They don't come with the metal clips because you don't need them. So we don't charge you for those. We only charge you for the parts you need. You're not getting anything extra, and you're getting a tool. So you have everything in one bag to get the job done. All right, I just finished torquing the wheels. Everything that he's asked for is done. There is no extra things. Everything looks to be in very good shape. Like I said, this is like a 21,000 mile car. So you'd expect everything that would wear out with mileage would be in very good condition. You know, like the pulleys on here, very good condition because they don't have many miles on them. But the clutch buttons have age, so they will break either way.
I'm not sure of the bill yet, but this is the spooky thing that Esther wanted. Look how crazy that is. So the customer supplied a spoiler and we just installed that. It is color matched, not sure of the brand, but the red looks pretty good. This car really could use a color correction. You see this kind of looks like the circling around the sun right there. Really obvious in this light, but it could use a color correction. Then it would look closer to that right there. You see the difference in the red. The red color looks good, it's just the swirling. But nice car, a 2000 model year with a plastic back window, 20,000 miles. Give it a clean bill of health. All the fluids are up to date. This is going to be a nice car. Surprising Sebastian on this Friday, picking him up from school, sitting in the car circle, 25 minutes in, and the traffic hasn't moved yet. If you haven't seen the video, I'm talking about the classic Hondas on the Dragon number 8. It is this October. We are going to be there. We are sponsoring the event. It is October 7th and 8th. I'll put all the information in the description, but if you are a car enthusiast, especially a Honda enthusiast, you've got to be there. It's going to be fantastic. I'm trying to fix the CRX and get it ready. We're doing an engine refresh, already replaced the rack, putting a factory thermostat in there because it would not get hot last year in the mountains. It was so cold. I froze in that car, especially the day leaving. It was 30 degrees, the car iced up, the windshield was icy, the inside was icy. It was terrible on the way home. October 7th and 8th, see you there. Some of the best roads you'll ever see, some of the best Honda enthusiasts you'll ever meet. And of course, we'll be there with some merch. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget, enjoy your cars.